So I'd love for you to share, like, since then, like, so you've been on a bit of a journey with this, and you know your own career, but then your husband. So tell me what's unfolded for you.
So the first thing was I got all the remedies in. So since then, I just bit by bit fell in love with our home for the first time in 14 years. I just, every area I knew kind of what it represented. And I felt such a bond with each area. It was a huge thing for me to be able to feel that bond with the house. The whole energy in the house just changed completely. My husband said, oh, he says, the house just feels so lovely. He said that one day when he came home from work. He says, it feels so lovely to come home. Like your home is your environment, and to feel that it was working with you. And I won a competition. I won competitions. I won a place on a meditation class, and I won natural skincare products. I mean, it just goes on and on. But the big one was, and I know you're aware of it, well, my husband now I know he qualified for this before the Feng Shui, but the way the whole thing happened, and it was nearly like a red carpet flowed out for him. He represented Ireland. His passion is cars. And I could just feel a real magical energy around it, and everything just flowed.
Hello, everybody. Today we are joined by Marie. Marie, where are you in the world today?
I am in Dundalk in County Louth, so it's very wild and very wet and showery, but yeah, all good, all good. Yeah, so that's where I am.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us today. And I would love to just hear your journey with the Feng Shui. Like, so what was since you joined Powerhouse, what was like the main reason for you to join?
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, it was last January, and you popped up as an ad on possibly Instagram or Facebook, I'm not sure which. So I thought, oh, because I had a real interest in Feng Shui before that. And I was kind of dabbling a little bit, but it was just too confusing. So I had massively decluttered our attic, which had stuff in it for 14 years that we hadn't cleared out when we moved in. There was actually stuff from the previous owner. So it was like, oh my God. So we got rid of a load of stuff. So I think that actually cleared the energy for me to meet you. The main reason when I found you and I watched the masterclass and I thought, oh, I have to have this in my life. You just inspired me so much. And I remember putting a comment on one of the posts that you did, the videos. And I said, you've just given me permission to be myself. So you were so yourself. So that was a huge draw for me. I just thought, oh, I just have to have this in my life. I had a particularly difficult few years before that. So career had kind of really taken, its toll. And I just felt absolutely stuck. And my husband was working away, stressful job. I'll not even tell you how many hours a day he was working or hours a week. So I saw all the ladies talking about their wins. I thought, oh, if I don't do this, I may regret it for the rest of our lives. That I just felt I don't want to be here this time next year watching videos again of people who joined when I was going to join and seeing the wins that they had. I said, we have nothing to lose. So that was the reason. It was just mainly, I would say, career, but in every area, there was nothing wrong, but it was. I just felt that the energy was stuck and it needed to move. So yeah, you were the right person for the job, Patricia.
Well, here you are a year later.
Yeah, I know. I'm sharing my wins.
I feel like you're sharing your wins. And actually, I was saying, I've actually got tears in my eyes listening. I was saying to Ken, today, it's just like, just imagine like and when people are thinking about joining, just like think about being a person coming on to share your wins. And the only reason, like Maria's here, because I know that you've come into the group and been part of the group and shared and done the major transfer, but you've been on an amazing journey, like that I've witnessed through the group, and that's, some people are really shy and quiet. Some people kind of share little bits. Some people share big things. But I'm so glad that you had that like insight of like, I want to be one of those,
Oh yeah, I was for sure. Like I said to my husband, I didn't actually tell him how much it was going to cost. We did the monthly payments. I said, right, well, and you had said ask for signs.
Mm.
So I asked for the sign of the lighthouse. And I think that was so it was within a day I got it. And it was watching, I think it was a Billionaires program on the TV where they went to this private island. The next thing there was this lighthouse. And I thought, oh my God, yeah, there's my sign. But then I got 2 other signs that I hadn't asked for, but I'm a big one for signs. So I'm always looking at. And there was a thing on your page of if you're sitting on the fence, it's time to get off the fence. So I looked out then the next day, and we had a little red squirrel that appeared in our lives, and he'd appear every so often. But next thing when I looked at, wasn't he on the fence, and he jumped off it. And he ran way down at the gate. So to me, the gate is the future. And I thought, oh, here, right, that's another one. And then I went in to check our balance on our account, and there was 444. And I'm again another person with numbers. I said, right, that's it. I'm not even going to question it. Just sign up and see where the journey takes you. Yeah. So
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'd love for you to share, like, since then, like, so you've been on a bit of a journey with this, and there's a few things that I wanted to kind of talk about, but like, I know your own career, but then your husband. So tell me what's unfolded for you.
Okay, well, the first big thing that I noticed, we got all our report recommended, and I had the hobby, and they're kind of used to me at this stage. So I said to my husband, was it in December or January? I said, this year, like after the whole year we've had and everything that has happened. And I said, you must think I'm nuts. And he said, well, you just keep proving me wrong. And he's happy enough to go along with everything. So the first thing was I got all the remedies in, and I have had quite an active public Facebook page for years. But I had lost kind of interest over the last few years, and I wasn't posting much, and the numbers dwindled. They actually went down. So I just happened to be inspired to go in. It was in February. I joined at the end of January, and there was 5,000 new likes on the page, and I did nothing. I mean, I literally hadn't even logged into the page. And I thought, where did that come from? There's just all these people that had come in and liked my page, 5,000. So I thought, right, okay, so that invited me back to activate posting on my Facebook page. So I'm delighted now. It's gone up 10,000 now at this stage. So then after that, it was kind of more very subtle kind of at the start. I noticed that we did a huge declutter then again. There was the lockdown, of course, so it was the ideal time to just focus. It was real home time. So for the first start of last year, I went through the house like a hurricane, and we decluttered a half of it. I would say we got rid of documents that were 14 years old, from going back to the sale of our house and getting this house and everything. So myself and my husband did that bit together, and then I went through literally like a hurricane. So that all went, and it was such a weight lifted. And then I just noticed that all I had kind of fake flowers and things like that. So I let all that go. So since then, I just have to fill my house with fresh flowers every week. So I just bit by bit fell in love with our home for the first time in 14 years. I just, every area I knew kind of what it represented, and I felt such a bond with each area. And, if I placed something that I knew would enhance our journey. So that was a huge thing for me, to be able to feel that bond with the house. The whole energy in the house just changed completely. Went way up in a vibe. Dara, my husband, said, "Oh," he says, "the house just feels so lovely." He said that one day when he came home from work. He says, "It feels so lovely to come home to it." So that was another big win. I mean, it might seem small to other people, but like, your home is your environment, and to feel that it was working with you. I got fresh flowers then for outside the front of the house all summer. I was flat out watering in that 2 weeks. Do you remember the heat wave? I must have spent half my time out watering them. But with love, with pure love. I just loved it. And yeah, so then time went on, and I had, at my birthday, I decided I'd treat myself to an astrology reading with Rachel. So that was a big turning point as well, because I just fell in love with astrology then. So that's another element to your powerhouse feng shui. When you offer that, I had no idea. So doing that, and then I joined a Facebook group just after that to do with astrology, and I met this other lady in America, and she's greatly helped me, like that helpful people area. She has kind of, we've become really good friends, but she helps me to understand my chart. So I understand myself now more. I've fallen in love with myself as a result of this journey. That wasn't something I expected. And then things just started to shift with career then. I got some new clients. I was invited to do a podcast interview. I'd written a book 5 years ago, and it just went nowhere really. So I just felt, oh my God, this was the first interview that I kind of got to talk about stuff in that area. So that was huge. I felt as though something had just shifted for that. And I won a competition. I won competitions. I won a place on a meditation class, and I won natural skincare products. I mean, it just goes on and on. But the big one was, and I know you're aware of it, well, my husband now I know he qualified for this before the feng shui, but I just, the way the whole thing happened, and it was nearly like a red carpet flowed out for him. He represented Ireland. His passion is cars. So he got to go to Portugal. Himself and my son travelled from Ireland on the ferry and drove down to the event in Portugal. That was in October, I think. And I could just feel a real magical energy around it. And everything just flowed for him. And he did really well and had a great time and came home. And his job was kind of, the part of the job that he was doing was kind of, he knew that stage was finishing up. So we thought, right, okay, so what am I going to do? And all right, well, we just trust, what would you like? And all the rest. So I just focused completely on keeping the home environment right and keeping myself right. I actually trained with, I'll link this to Tommy's call. I'll just throw it in here before I add the next bit. I had been very attracted to the Heart Math Institute in California for a few years now. So I decided I would train last year. So I'm qualified to offer that. So I feel as though that, you kind of do that type of energy work with your home. So I was doing that every day in the home. And interestingly, my hubby is into medieval things. So, he'd have swords or pistols or things like that. And when I was doing the feng shui, I know you had mentioned it. I thought, I commented one time and you said, look, if it's going to cause any hassle, just leave it. There's enough upheaval in the house, and just leave it for the minute and see how things go. And all of a sudden, he decided, I'm going to take all of that down. And he said, and I want to put up pictures of my motorsport. And the event that he was on in Portugal. And they were removed one Friday evening. I actually had a picture ready and framed I had got it from for Christmas, so I could just literally hand it to him and say, okay, you can put that up. And they were removed and wrapped and put away. So we still have them, but they're all covered and put away. And the song that was playing on the playlist when we were doing it was I'm Loving Angels Instead. And I'm chilled even saying that. So when Tommy said in call with you that joy will place something different, and I thought, right, there's the link. I didn't have to do anything.
Yeah. You didn't have to. And this is, I think that for me was the biggest thing, because I remember you asking the question about the swords and weapons and all of this. And I'm like, it's not ideal feng shui. But as you change the energy of the house, everyone else is going to change. And that was really, it was like effortless. You were changing you were changing your home. And he switched and took it down. I felt like it wasn't, there was no, and this is where people ask me, what do I do about my husband who hoards or about their stuff? I'm like, you just do you do your feng shui, you do you, and just watch, because it'll all change.
Oh, it was incredible. The penny dropped when Tommy said that. I thought, right, okay, that's what happened. Like I know about energy and I know how things work, but yet somehow I didn't link it. And there you go. And what happened after it? Saturday, that was on the Friday night. On the Saturday, my daughter took home for the first time a boyfriend, and he's absolutely gorgeous. He's a dote. And then my son had got caught up in the whole delays with his driving test, and he was waiting over a year to try and get the test done. Everyone just has to line up, especially last year with doing the driving test. So he got the driving test, got the only appointment that was available before Christmas, booked it and passed it. And we were like, oh my God, so that was the Wednesday. And on the Thursday, my husband was offered a new job. You said, watch and see what happens now. And it was like, oh my God. It was just incredible. And he's working for himself on contract. So we needed a company set up. So this was just before Christmas. I had a company set up over 6 years ago that was never used because of different bits and pieces that happened. And he kept saying, will you get rid of that company? Will you get rid of that company? And I was like, okay. So then all of a sudden, can I use the company? And I was like, yeah. So it was all set up. Literally, all he had to do was give the company name or a number. So everything was sealed, done and dusted before Christmas. So
oh my God.
He's now in his new job at the minute.
Oh my God, fantastic. And I love the it's just this ripple effect for everybody. What was I going to say about his job, but also your own career. Like, I know that even just in some of the meditations and things that you've had, like really some beautiful growth and like, synchronistic things that have happened. Like, it's all synchronistic as I listen to you. I'm like, listen to her. She's like, the next thing.
Yeah. And I mean, I love this. I've worked with energy for years now at this stage, but it was as if when we did the house, like when Powerhouse came on board, I just felt so supported and feel so supported. And like, as you say, it doesn't make sense and you don't have to believe it. But if you just give it a chance and do your best to do, what's required for your house. Like, our house isn't perfect. Like, we have areas where I have to work with it because you can't change tiles and a carpet just as easy as painting a wall or whatever. But with your help and your guidance, we've worked with every advice that you've given us to help our house be as supportive as possible. And it's just amazing. And my dreams have really been enhanced. The whole butterfly thing, that was something that I had to share with the ladies in the Powerhouse group. A little butterfly appeared after I dreamt about the butterfly in the same place. It was incredible. So it was like the transformation is happening.
I love it. I love it. When you were considering joining, because I know you were in the exact same place as a lot of people a year ago, just kind of thinking about it. And when you were considering it, like, what did you hear from the others, and what did helped you to kind of make the decision to join that you'd like to share with others, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, like, listen to all the ladies and all their wins, and you kind of go, oh my God, how is that possible? But it shows that it is possible. So you have to kind of put a wee placemat of possibility in there, that if you are skeptical or if you are sitting on the fence, how much do you want change in your life? I was hungry for it. I was ready for it. We all were. So there was no resistance. And even if there is, like, if you can trust that, if you you'll feel the shift within yourself. So that obviously shifts everything outside. So, when you see other ladies, their careers are excelling and houses are sold, houses are bought, all the different things that come up in the group during the year. Like, I love going in and having a wee look and seeing where people are and getting their things sorted and their wins. I love the wins post that you put up on a Friday. It just keeps you in that miracle zone, really, of what is possible. And it can be something as small as, manifesting a cup of coffee, or it can be something as huge as a new job or a new house or a windfall. And the women are just lovely in there. And I have to say that no matter what question I asked during the year, I got an answer, usually from you, within minutes. It was instant. So I really appreciated that. The support is just magnificent.
Yeah.
I have to say.
Yeah, I think that for me, the most surprising thing out of this whole journey of creating this is, like, I had no idea. I did the call earlier on about the community. Like, I had no idea that the community aspect and the support and the other women was going to just be so powerful and so profound and so important.
Yeah. Like, as I said, I dabbled a little bit before I joined. So it's just too complicated. And there's so many different aspects to it. So I just said, right, it's something I wanted to do it right. So yeah, and you get so I suppose passionate about it. Like, well, maybe that's just me. Yeah.
That's everybody.
Oh yeah, but it's just wonderful, and kind of that it's really like you're anticipating what's coming, and the change that I feel in myself. Like, yesterday, I facilitated a call on Zoom for the first time in a leader role. I thought, I thought I didn't know I was going to have to do it, but it's part of a group that I'm in, revolving around miracles. Just have to add that in. But I volunteered then. I said, right, I'll do it. And afterwards I said, oh my God, like, where did that confidence come from? Like, I have changed so much. By watching you, by listening to the calls, but even I know it's the energy in the home that, as I said at the start, you give me permission to be myself. Every bit of it, and that it's okay to be yourself. So that's probably one of the biggest wins for me.
That's so beautiful. And that's, like, the most important thing, isn't it? Just you can be you and do you and share your light, and that's something that really has unfolded this year, is just realizing that we are, like, everything that we're doing and everyone in our community are, like, creating this light, like, everybody who touches into Marie's life is so lucky. Like, I just feel like I'm lucky on this call because I'm, like, feeling your positive energy. But as you have changed and shine your light, more people are going to benefit. It's like that ripple of your house and everyone that touches your life as well. Amazing. Marie, just I would love to hear if there's anything, what would you say to someone who's considering joining Powerhouse?
Well, I would say, if you're looking for a change in your life, and a supportive community to help you to move through the change and to be supported, and just know that, you know, it doesn't have to be in one particular area of your life. It's a whole holistic approach that, well, to me, I knew that I'd regret it for the rest of my life if I didn't do it. When the opportunity was put in front of me, you appeared like magic in somewhere on Facebook or Instagram, and your energy and everything. I just thought, oh, I have to have some of that. So if you're attracted to that, you know you're aligned with it. I would say the money will come. Well, as I said, we signed up for the 12-month payment, and we had it every month. So here I am. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Marie. I'm so happy. And you know what? I think this is a really important part. It's just like, for anyone who's considering doing, just envision talking to me in 6 months or 3 months. Like, I remember last year in January, and then, or it was in January, and then Nicola had joined like maybe 3 months earlier. She's like or she started 3 months, and she's like, in 3 months, these are the things that happen. So it's a journey. And you know, I love, from us, you've heard earlier on Anne-Marie's videos, and like, she's 5 years in, like, and it's just building and getting better and improving, and you know, it's like it just doesn't stop. Which is nice.
It is, you know, like you think, oh, I got this, that's wonderful, but then there's something else, you know. Like yesterday, on the husband contacted me, and he said, oh, I've just got my dream Jeep. And I thought, what? Yeah, I mean, like, it just gives him permission, you know. And he said, and my brother said, well, you do realize it's a very auspicious day. Well, I don't know whether we use that word auspicious, but it's a very prominent day. And he says, oh yeah, Marie's already talked about that at home. I know all about the 222, but you know, like the synchronicity of that, like that he stepped up and yeah, because he needs it for his work, and he needs it for his events, his motorsport. He'll be participating all year. Like, he wins all around him, you know. So the place is full of trophies. So he never goes without coming back at one. So yeah, we'll have to build an extension, Patricia. I'll have to get you to
create the extension, so we will. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Marie. It's so great to talk to you and to hear your lovely journey, and just to see you flourish. And that's really it. It's just like, from I should have people do videos when they get started at the start of the year when they join, and then be like, let's see how you get on the year. Like,
I mean, it's amazing. Like, the year will come anywhere.
Yeah.
So, and you know, you'd be spending, like, it's made me so aware of what I buy as well. Like, I don't be buying stuff to take into the house, because then it's like, it's more to declutter. You know, like Anne-Marie, when we did the course last year, the decluttering day, like, I got rid of stuff that I really was hanging on to. So that was fantastic. To do that, like greeting cards, comics, that type of thing that you kind of nearly hold on to, but yeah, let the whole lot go. But yeah, the year will come anyway, and I am much more prudent with what I'm buying for myself. I'm either going to use it or wear it, or I absolutely love it, and if not, forget about it. Yeah, so on so many levels, it's just a life-changing.
Marie, it's an absolute pleasure. I'll have to have you on again next year to fill us in on what's happened
Definitely
here, because that is the fun part. It's just like the upgrades and the flow, and the next and the next. So thanks a million. Have a great day, and I'm so delighted to have you here and to share and be part of our community as well. Have a great day. Thanks a million. Thanks, Marie.
Thank you. Thanks, Patricia. Bye.
Bye.